Hello everyone, and welcome to my 2015 favorites video. It's crazy because I'm filming this as of January 2nd, and this is the year that I'm graduating from high school, going off to college. By the time Christmas stuff is back up, I'll have been done with my first semester of college, which is crazy to think about. So originally I was going to be filming a December favorites video, and then I saw Gen X Pen and a lot of other YouTubers do just their collective overall 2015 favorites video, and I did Vlogmas, as you all know, so I didn't really film any main videos then, and then I've done main exciting, interesting videos, actual topic-y videos since Vlogmas has been over, but I felt like I've overwhelmed you all with videos and content and stuff, which is what I didn't want to do. So I'm trying to space it out, so that's why this is in 2016, but it's still relevant. It's January. So first, hopefully the lighting's okay. The sun is right there, but there's nowhere else really to film because my room is still kind of dark, and I just wanted to make sure you could see everything. So hopefully the lighting's okay. I have a whole list of my #1 favorites in each category because I didn't want this to be too long, even though I know this intro is taking forever. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. The first favorite I have is for my mascara of the year. My favorite mascara of the year is the L'Oreal Paris Voluminous Brosse Courbet. I don't know if I need to say the last two words, but it looks like this. Okay, I guess it shouldn't really be my year favorite because I just found out about this in December. But I've been going through struggles with mascara because I could not find a good one. I used my usual Maybelline one, and then I ran out of it, and I didn't repurchase it, and I got some CoverGirl stuff that I hated. It was awful, and it kept getting into my contacts. It was pieces would flake off into my contacts, which sucked. And then I finally got my mom picked this up for me, and I love it. It's so good. The wand, it's so thick, and this is the wand, and it just curls my lashes really nicely. And this gives my lashes volume and curls them and makes them long, so I love it. And it's just a higher quality mascara than anything I've used before, so definitely would recommend that. Next, we're going to do my favorite eyeshadow, or I guess I should say eyeshadow palette, and this will come as no surprise to any of you because I talked about this palette basically all the time, and anytime I did a makeup related video. It is the Naked 2 by Urban Decay palette. I loved it. I made so many videos with this. I used every single shade in this palette. It honestly was the best thing ever because even with the blackout color, the really black one, I do my eyeliner with it, so that's super convenient. And then I've used combinations of all of these shades. Honestly, there's not one in here that I haven't used, so it's just a really solid palette. And I know I don't have any of the other Urban Decay palettes, but I feel this is really good for me, at least, because I don't go all out with my makeup. I'm pretty simple, and this covers everything I need. Speaking of eyeshadow, I have a favorite eyeshadow primer, and it is the Urban Decay Eyeshadow Primer Potion in Original. The first time I ever used this, it was in a sample size. It came in my magazine subscription, and I loved it, and my eyeshadow actually stayed, because all these other primers I've tried and used never worked, and so I got this for Christmas, so I guess it really shouldn't be a favorite, but I did use it for a few months throughout 2015. As a sample size, and this was incredible. It works so well. All you have to do is just put I take the wand. I got the travel size because it's cheaper, and I don't want to pay full price, $30 for primer. So I just take the little wand, and you put it on your eyelid, and I blend it in, and I let it sit while I do the rest of my makeup, and then I start my eyeshadow, and I love it. It's the best. Next, we have my favorite hair product for 2015, and it was easily the InstaWave curling wand. Again, you're supposed to wrap your hair around it somehow and use these things, it'll twist your hair into it. I get scared still, so I just use the barrel, and I love it. That's how I did my curls today, and that's how I've been doing them every day basically for the past 6 months, 4 months, something crazy like that. And it's just so nice because it gives you a good curl, and it doesn't look so wavy and fake, but it still looks natural, but it also gives you some good defined curls. So I love it. It goes all the way up to 450 degrees. I usually am somewhere between the 375 to 400 range for heat. Next, we have my favorite perfume for 2015, and it is easily the Wonderstruck by Taylor Swift perfume. I'm not a huge perfume person in general, just because I used to feel I used to wear so much of it that it was overwhelming, and I tried getting away from that. I don't know how to describe the smell of it. I just know I wore it so much for over the past 2 years. Honestly, this has been my go-to. Next, we're gonna head into books, and my first thing I want to talk about is my favorite author, and it is Colleen Hoover for 2015. I read so many of her books, loved her. As you all know, I've talked about her a lot of times on this channel. But then we're into the book section. I'm going to talk about my favorite autobiography and my favorite romance novel. So my first favorite is the autobiography, and it is A Work in Progress by Connor Franta. I can't speak enough about how great this book is. I talked about it in my Goodreads book review, and I just talked about it so many times. It is such a great memoir. I really recommend it. And then my favorite romance novel, as you probably all know by now, it is Confess by Colleen Hoover. Love it. It's just so, again, such a cool and unique idea for a book. And then in between it has like these art pages, which I think I've showed you guys before. But it's just such a cool concept for a book, and it just was really well written, and I loved the characters. So I would recommend this if you guys like romance. Now we're going to go into my favorite podcast, and it was Easily Serial by, I don't know her name. It's through This American Life. It is basically a podcast. There's 2 seasons out now. The second one's still like currently releasing, but the first season is over. And the first season was about a guy named Anad Saeed who was convicted of killing his girlfriend or ex-girlfriend Hyman Lee in 1999, and this woman, this journalist, investigates the case and like tries to pull out all the evidence and like show where it's faulty and where it's right and like how it doesn't really line up. And it's so good. I cannot recommend it enough. I love it. My friend Amy told me about it, and I binge watched all of it. And it's funny because I'm like way past where she's even watched. Definitely check it out. You can get it on, I just downloaded it through the podcast app on the iPhone, but I think you can get it online at like theserialpodcast.org. I'll link it down below. Then we're going to go into music. Sorry if this is all shimmery and light and whatever. My favorite album of 2015 is, again, this should be obvious, One Direction's Made in the AM, because I always love One Direction. And I got the CD for Christmas, but I have like the deluxe edition on my phone, but I keep this in my car, so it's convenient. I love One Direction, as you all know. I talked about them so many times, and there's just nothing I can say enough about them. If you guys have watched any of my videos, read any of my blog posts about them, that says enough. Then my favorite undiscovered artist, at least for me, of 2015 was Halsey. She's my other like favorite artist, whatever. I just love her music. It's so cool. I'm mad because she's not coming to St. Louis, and I wish she was, but whatever. Okay, and then I'm gonna do my favorite like musical moment of 2015, and that was okay. Because I already talked about One Direction and their album, I'm going to have to say my favorite musical moment was Taylor Swift's concert. I went with my mom, and it was so cool just because we've been waiting for so long, and she just holds a lot of meaning. Like, her songs and her have a lot of meaning behind them, and just like, it means a lot that I was able to go to the concert with my mom, because it was amazing. And it was amazing. Like, it was more than I could have ever imagined it to be. Okay, then I have favorite YouTubers. I picked a male and female vlogger, and then I have a tie for daily vlogger, so I'm going to say them both. My favorite male vlogger for 2015 was Jonah Green, and he is just such a unique and awesome, like kind-spirited guy, and his videos are always super creative, and he's just real, which is nice because sometimes you can tell people really aren't who they are in their videos, and he is not like that. He tells it how it is. He is himself, which I really respect and admire. And then my favorite female vlogger is Megan Hughes. Again, just a really awesome, like down-to-earth person, and she's been really inspirational in just like being herself, I guess, and positivity, which is always something I need in my life, so it's cool that she's so positive and like spreads the positivity. Then my favorite daily vloggers are Tribe Tyler, so Tyler Shelton, and Casey Neistat, because Tyler I've been watching all year for the past like 2 years now, I guess, and then Casey I just kind of stumbled upon, but I've watched so many of his videos and they're just so great and such high quality that I kind of need to mention him. I'll put all their links down below. I'm sure you all know them because I always talk about them. Now we're going to talk about Netflix. I have my favorite TV show from Netflix, favorite documentary from Netflix. My Netflix TV show favorites, I have 2. Are Gossip Girl, because my mom and I watched that throughout like the beginning of 2015, middle of 2015. Also Criminal Minds, because Criminal Minds is my absolute favorite TV show, and I found it in April because my friend Amy again made me watch it while we were on our Washington DC trip, and I was so adamant of not watching it because I was terrified. Now I'm in love with it. It's my favorite show ever. So there's that. And then my favorite documentary is Making a Murderer, and my dad unfortunately just canceled Netflix on Christmas Day, so I no longer have the access to Netflix. But Making a Murderer was released December 17th, I believe, and I binge watched all 12 episodes of it before Netflix was gone. It's so good. It's such an interesting concept. I honestly don't know what to believe. It's so interesting. Watch it, and we can share our opinions on it. So those are all my favorites for 2015. It's been a crazy year, and I've made a few different videos about New Year's and like a reflection YouTube story video. So if you want to go check those out, be sure to do so. They're pretty cool. And yeah, I'll see you all next Saturday. Bye.